Recently, SD Gundam Battle Alliance was released on basically every single platform, and Gundam fans and non-Gundam fans alike have been really interested in this game. So today on Geek Devotions, with the cooperation with the Gundam Watch, we're going to talk about this game, whether or not it's good for you to play. Hello, Devoted Geeks, and welcome to Geek Devotions, a show from Devoted Geeks who are devoted to let you know you're loved. I'm Dalton. I'm so glad you've hit the play button today. This is a special bonus episode of Geek Devotions in cooperation with the podcast, The Gundam Watch, where we're going to be talking about SD Gundam Battle Alliance, specifically the Nintendo Switch edition. I've got it this past week, and I've been playing it quite a bit, and I gotta tell you, right off the bat, it's been fun. I enjoy it. In the review. It's not the end of the review. We got more to tell you guys. This game right here, it's an interesting game because the more I play it, the more I realize that there's a lot of things behind it that, there's a lot of elements that I really enjoy. Growing up, I really enjoyed the game, Dynasty Warriors Gundam 2. And I like the mechanics of the fact that you're able to control your character and move around kind of freely on a battlefield, even though it's kind of a predetermined plot point. This was a great system, as opposed to some other Gundam games that were maybe more tactical or even like more tank mode. This game captures that quite nicely. Now, you do kind of have the downside for some people where it is in SD form, or the super adorable, cute chibi thing. For me, it doesn't take it away. I actually kind of enjoy it. I think it's fun to play because of that. The gameplay itself is actually quite fascinating. As you get into the game, it walks you through a series of tutorials, and each tutorial isn't just there. Like, it's laced in with actual story. Sometimes in these type of games, you kind of have a problem with the tutorial just be overwhelming and you're just tired of it. This one, you learn as you play. And what's really interesting about it is this is actually a really complex game system. There's a lot of things taking place, but the way that they walk you through the tutorials, you kind of gradually learn as you go. And it's a little bit more natural of a gameplay style, whereas instead of you just spending an hour and a half on tutorial and wondering if there's actually a game behind this. Now, the story of it is interesting in the fact that it takes place in like a simulation. You have the G universe, and something has taken place where you, a commander of a squadron of GMs, which is just a general mobile suit, are pulled out of your own timeline with one of your operators, and you're thrusted into this world of the G universe where you're having to fix basically time breaks. Somehow, amidst this computer simulation, somebody is disturbing the way that every timeline is structured, and you're having to go from timeline to timeline, repairing the breaks and restoring appropriate story, which is interesting because it gives you the ability to play different story plot lines from different series that you may enjoy if you are a Gundam fan. From dealing with Rumba Raw and Odessa to maybe Wing Zero and Epion fighting in Gundam Wing. All these things kind of come together, and then there's a mixture of them. And as you play through, you're able to unlock blueprints of different Gundams and use those within the story itself, which makes things, and for me, just a little bit more fun. You can choose which Gundam style you like. You have your sharpshooters, you have your end fighters, and you just have your all-around Gundams. So really, the way that you play the game is dependent on you, how you enjoy playing a game. Are you one of those people who like to get in tight? Are you one of the ones who play out, out in the outskirts and start shooting in? Or are you one of those guys that's kind of, you're everywhere? You get to choose. Another interesting aspect about this game is that this is an RPG. Depending on how you select your responses as the commander will determine how the story plays out down the road, which I think is a great tactic, a great way of playing this game. To date, I have not played a Gundam game that allowed you to do that, so I find it interesting as a Gundam fan. So what if you're not a Gundam fan? What if you're somebody who you've not grown up watching Gundam, but you're intrigued by the gameplay of this? I think you'll enjoy it. I think if you enjoy RPGs, and if you enjoy this kind of battle action style, you'll enjoy this game. It does a great job of explaining the world. It does a great job of explaining the different universes that you're entering into without it being kind of overdrawn and dramatic and having you go, man, should I just go ahead and watch the anime? I think actually this is a great job of intriguing individuals as to what these animes were actually like and pulling you in to watch them yourself. So for us here at Geek Devotions and our friends over at the Gundam Watch, we're gonna say, yeah, this is a fun game and I enjoy it, and I recommend it for everyone who enjoys RPGs and these action style fighting games with mechs, because it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's adorable watching these little machines fight it out. And I want to know your thoughts. Have you played SD Gundam Battle Alliance? Leave a comment down below and let us know if you enjoy the game and if you would recommend it to everybody else. So until next time, stay devoted, peace and love.